Look alive, look alive.
Hi
What's
everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna do the video on how we met.
Yeah.
Right? How we met.
Yeah, how we met.
That was about 6 years ago.
Well, you don't remember when we met.
No, I do. That was 6 years ago. We've been together for 6 years. Well, 6.5 years ago. Whatever.
Who knows the real date?
Yeah, it was in 2012.
Oh, I don't care.
Where do we start? Summer of 2012.
Yeah, so I used to work for a company.
Don't say the company name.
You just ruined it.
Sorry.
So I used to work for this company, and this Indian lady worked at the company with me.
Just, why don't you just say this lady? Like, why you gotta say this Indian lady?
So this lady worked with me, and I forgot.
My mummy worked at the same company that he worked for. There was a company picnic, like a company staff party. I don't
We had
really
like a
know.
barbecue, and like everybody, all the employees came out and brought like their families. Yeah, I was there with my dad because my dad also
And your
worked
mom.
there. And my mom.
Yeah, and then I went with my mom and my sister. So I was hanging out with my mom and my sister, and then like somehow me, you, this other girl, and this other girl were like all sitting at a table.
I don't know how it happened.
I don't know how it happened, but so he was sitting like opposite me, and I was like, who's that? So he was sitting opposite me, and then this other girl was there, and she was like asking me a bunch of questions, grilling me like, how old are you? What do you do? What are you into? This and that. And I'm like, why is she asking me a bunch of questions? Then at the end of the question, she's like, oh, you should get his number. Or something like that, right? Or did she tell you to get my number? I don't remember.
She told me to get your number, but I wasn't about it.
But we were like just sitting at a table, and randomly she was just like, oh, like get your number or whatever. And I was just like, okay. And like he wasn't really interested. Like the entire time we were sitting there, he's like on his phone, like not paying attention.
First of all,
I'm like,
I wasn't even trying to be at this staff party. I got coerced into coming by my family.
we didn't exchange numbers because it was awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just weird. So then I think I just like got up from the table and like went over to my family, and then that was that. Then we never heard from each other again. A few months later in October, I had just gone to pick up my mom, and when she came out of the building, he came out with her. Like they were walking together out the building because they both left work at the same time. I saw him and I'm like, oh,
Yes.
who is that?
Her mom wanted to introduce me to them.
Yeah, so my mom was like, oh, come meet my girls, this and that. So he came over, right?
Yeah.
And that's when like he met me officially for the first time, because the party didn't really count because he was just like not interested. What did you think when you first saw me?
Well, first when she was like, oh, do you want to meet my daughters? I was like, yeah. In my head, I'm like, yeah, I hope they're hot. So yeah, when I first met you, I was like, well, she's kind of fine.
Baby girl, you're so damn fine though.
Thanks, babe.
And then we started talking. And I think you guys were like going on a road trip or something.
Something was happening that day where that's why me and my sister had gone to pick her up. We were just talking about what we were doing, right, that day.
Yeah, so then I met them. I thought they were really cool, but we didn't really talk much after that until fast forward. Couple weeks later.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
I say this part because I know you weren't there. A couple weeks later, my birthday was coming up. My mom's like, oh, like, we were just generally talking. And she's like, oh, what do you want for your birthday? And I thought it was the perfect opportunity to be like, well, remember that guy from your job? And she's like, which one? And I'm like, well, that guy, you know, that you were walking out with one day. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want for my birthday. And she was just like, ah ha ha, like we just laughed it off and whatever. And nothing was said after that. That was it. That was pretty much it. And then my birthday came around, and you can say this part because I wasn't there for this.
So I was working late shift, and her mom comes up to me and asks me if she wants me to go to dinner with her. And in my head, I'm like, she's a little old for me to be going to dinner with. It's a little inappropriate. And so I said, don't you think that's a little inappropriate?
Is that what you said? No, you didn't.
Yeah, I said something along those lines, and she started laughing. But I meant it in a funny manner, because I felt like she was probably saying the wrong thing. And then she corrected herself and was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I meant actually it's for my daughter's birthday dinner." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." So I went home, I got changed, and I spiffied up.
So we were just like sitting at dinner, having like my birthday dinner, and he walks in, and I'm just like, oh, why is he at the same restaurant as us? That's so weird. And then he starts walking towards our table, and I was just like, what the hell? And my mom's got this like smile on her face, and I'm like, what the hell? She's like, well, remember you said you wanted him for your birthday? So here he is. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Like, I didn't even know what to do. I was just super awkward, wasn't I? I was just like, oh, hi.
Yeah, it was super awkward when I first got there, because like I didn't really know them. Like, I barely knew her mom because I just worked for her, and I got invited to this birthday dinner.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then
and I thought she knew that I was coming. I didn't know she didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So I was expecting like a warm welcome, but it was like super awkward.
It was more like, what are you doing? Anyway, he sat down at our table, and my mom was like, oh, sit down, you know, like have some food, whatever. He ordered his food, and then we were just like hanging out. And then my friend came. Hey, Megan. Like, she came and surprised me too for my birthday. So at the end of our dinner, my mom's like, oh, like you guys should go out. You should go out like together. She was telling me to go out with him and then my friends.
She was setting it up.
So I was like, okay, fine. So we went out, but I think my mom's intention was for me to ride in the car with him, but like I didn't know him, like in his car. So I didn't know him, so I was like, I'll just go with Megan. Yeah. So I was like, I'll go with Megan. And so I went in Megan's car. No, I didn't think you were gonna kidnap me. I just processed that. So I went in Megan's car, and we were on our way to the bar that we were gonna go to, and he was following us because I knew how to get there, so I was like directing Megan, and he was following us. Then like out of nowhere, he got lost. Like, he wasn't behind us anymore, and I'm just like, oh my god, he's got lost.
You know how when people drive too slow that they make you get lost?
Now that's how you supposed to drive.
I had his Instagram for some reason. I guess we had exchanged it like before, but I had his Instagram, so I DM'd him on Instagram, and I'm like, hey, we are going to this bar, Google it or just text me. And I put my number because I wasn't trying to like give him my number or anything. I was just like,
she was trying to slide in the DMs.
I wasn't.
It goes down in the DM.
I was just like, you're lost, so you need to go to this bar. And then he texted me, and he's like, yeah, I'm on my way. So we got to the bar, and we hung out, had a few drinks, and then we went to this other bar, and I knew like the bartender's there, so like we got lit over there, had a few drinks. There was like one part, I don't know if I like lost balance because I tend to do that a lot, but like you didn't grab me, you just like held my waist. You were just being careful, I guess. Caring?
Did this really happen? I don't remember this.
Yeah. You don't remember anything. That's why. So that night ended. Then we went home. Did you drive me home? I'm trying to think. No, you drove me home. Yeah, okay, so he drove me home. So when we got home, he like parked outside, and I was like, oh, thanks, you know, like thanks for coming, this and that. And then I quickly like exited the car because I didn't want to kiss him or anything. I remember this specifically because I was just like, no, we just met. I quickly got out the car, like went into my house, and by that time, like I said earlier, we had each other's numbers. And so like after that, we were just texting and hanging out a lot, weren't we?
Yeah, going out a lot. Like every other night.
Yeah, we went out a lot when we first met.
Yeah,
we did. We went to bars.
And we did the slingshot.
That's not an important factor. We went out to a lot of bars and attractions in the beginning of our relationship. We just vibed over that. Like we took our friends and stuff like that. So it was like big fun.
Big fun. Big fun. Out here living our best lives.
I'm living my best life.
It was big fun. So yeah, we had a lot of fun, and that's it. That's how we met, through my mom.
She set it up Indian style.
Indian style.
She was trying to get the biodata.
No.
biodataMaker.com.
It just happened. Like it wasn't like in school or anything. It was literally just he
very
walked
natural.
out of, yeah, he walked out of work one day with my mom, and I saw him, and I'm like, that's the one I'm gonna be with.
I like this one.
It was just the first time I saw you, it's like I knew that you were the one I wanted to be with.
I like him. He's nice.
I know it wasn't mutual. The feeling was not mutual. We've talked about it.
Not at the beginning. No.
We've talked about it all the time, and it was just like when I saw him, I knew, but like when he saw me, he was just like, oh, yeah.
But now I love her to bits. That's why you got that ring.
Yeah.
So we'll have some more content to put up, to tell you a little bit more about our lives as you journey with us through what we've been through and what we plan to go through.
And stay tuned for part 2 on how we actually became my god. Why are you just staring off into the
What you
distance?
saying, man? Do we really want to talk about that though? Cause like, what are we gonna say? We got drunk a lot and then we started dating.
We'll figure it out. Stay tuned for part 2 where we talk about how we started dating and eventually became a couple. Babe, can you look here, please? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you here.
See you next time.
And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
I'll go take my inhaler.
She can't breathe.
I forgot now where we were.
You were talking about your double chin.
Stop.